Choose your character.
Sirius Gaming League action, and we're gonna jump right into the game between the Frozen Freljord and the Demacian Dunk Squad. Join with me tonight is I'm a Freeman, or as I know him well, Eureka. How's it going, man?
It's going well. I'm glad to be here, and it's always fun hanging out with the guys here in the stream. So I'm really excited for this matchup. These are both like really good teams. I had the chance to play against both of them in the regular season. There were some of the harder matches, so this should be a good one to watch. Good series.
Yeah, this game wasn't originally scheduled for 3 o'clock, guys, but unfortunately due to scheduling conflicts and because the playoff schedule wasn't really widely available, we were able to move this game down to 10 o'clock. But it'd be best of 3. Frozen Freljord are going to be on blue side all 3 games, and the Western Squad will be on purple side all 3 games, as Frozen Freljord chose blue games 1 and 3, and Dunk Squad chose purple side for game 2.
I mean, that's a protective choice for your bot lane. It's a lot harder to gank a purple side bot lane, and it guarantees you, I believe it guarantees you that final counter pick. So if you have a matchup that you're expecting to need a counter pick and maybe a mid or a top, there's a reason to pick the purple side.
So we're through the ban phase. Yasuo, Morgana, Braum all banned away by Frozen Freljord. And Sindra, Riven, and Gnar banned by the Dunk Squad. 2 of those bans aimed at Manslayer, no surprise there.
Yeah, I'm going to expect a aggressive support pick off of purple team. I don't know if Oddleaf is playing support. If so, I would expect Leona or Thresh.
Last I saw, he was playing mid lane. That was 1 game, so we'll see what he's doing.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Purple's team has a fairly versatile lineup, so they can get around.
If that chases any hint of who's playing mid lane, I'd assume that's Oddleaf playing that champion.
Right. So yeah, we have a Jace kind of setting up a poke, like a poke-ish comp, but Jarvan doesn't really mesh with that as a pick. I'm not really sure about that combination. Maybe it's just an idea to initiate, get the focus onto Jarvan, and then allow basically having the second AD carry in Jace and the cluster to basically wreak havoc. So if so, I would expect a really tanky build on the Jarvan.
I'm really interested to see what the Frozen Affiliate are going to be doing with this Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, it could be jungle, it could be support. Support Fiddlesticks hasn't seen some play in a while, but I think it's still quite strong. His ultimate's base damage means he doesn't really need that much in the way of itemization to have a huge game impact, and the fear is ridiculous. Singed.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. And Rise.
Interesting choice here. I'm not sure what this is signaling, because that's not a Manslayer kind of champion. So I think that's Jungle Singe? Is that a thing?
It could be. Jungle Singed, it's difficult. It's not nearly as good as top lane Singed, but it is quite possible.
Branzusi
showing
over Yorick. I don't think that's going to be the pick for Branzusi. Shyvana sounds like the pick for Manslayer, though. Gonna be interesting to see. Shen hover for Branzusi. AP Shen, maybe?
No way. No way.
Looks like Branzusi's just kind of fluttering through picks.
It could be. Could it be Fiddle mid?
Possibly.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
That's a Branzusi pick right there, the Vel'Koz.
Yeah. I'm curious what summoners he'll pick on Vel'Koz. I remember seeing it before. He bullied Orianna, which is not easy. But yeah, and I think Vel'Koz has a very, very favorable matchup versus Ryze. Not so much against Jace, but it's at least even. The champion is actually ridiculous.
It's a very heavy magic damage team comp coming from the Frozen Freljord.
Right, right.
And they don't have much in the way of hard engage outside
mean, they
of
have...
maybe a Fiddle ultimate, but there's the Janna on the other team to kind of dissuade that from...
They have a lot of soft engage. I'm going to classify the Shyvana ulti in most cases as soft engage. Because you go in, but you don't necessarily tie people up. You just basically make them run away from you. The Vel'Koz's laser actually can be a really powerful initiate. And his other skills have some pick potential. And Singed initiates with his face all day. But that's, once again, a soft initiate. You have a lot of... You have some time to respond as an enemy. It's not like a Mumu or a Wukong.
Yep.
Yeah, and the last pick ended up being that hyper carry Tristana. It's really necessary if you're going to be taking down Singed and Shyvana later on in the game to have huge sources of damage. It could be Vayne, it could be a Tristana or Kog'Maw. But don't pick Caitlyn into that sort of thing and really expect to make it work. Unless you're really far ahead. So, yeah. So, really interesting teams. I like a lot of these champions kind of being unique. Purple's team is a little bit more mainstream, but that doesn't very much.
Very standard team comp from the purple team. Very lot of standard champions.
Yeah. Stick with what's known, easy and strong. Whereas blue team, I think, is going comfort picks, and I don't know. I'm curious how the Fiddle support's going to work, honestly.
I'm more concerned about the Singed jungle. Because Singed is a champion that's known for needing a lot of farm to get going. Because he wants to get to, like, a Rod of Ages, which I don't think he's going to have the luxury of building out of the jungle. So...
Usually, what I'm expecting his build path to be is going to be the AP jungle item, followed by Relies.
That would make sense.
Not
as good as it used to be on Singed, now that it's less HP and more AP.
Yeah. But Singed actually is not sad about AP, so...
Yeah, he's got a good AP ratio on his Q. It's pretty solid.
Interesting choices. We have double exhaust, single ignite on purple team. I guess they're really respecting Fiddlesticks. Because putting exhaust on Fiddle while he's ulting is more important than igniting him while he's trying to drain you.
That makes sense.
Because one of those is worth 600-700 damage per target, which really adds up. So those exhausts can be huge if they're used properly. It also provides a... Draven is one of those shorter range AD carries, which means he's going to need to get into Ryze, Jace, and Jarvan's threat range for most of the game. And I think the exhaust will help if they can plop it on him as well. More standard summoner spells for blue team. They like to have a teleport in top lane, which means they should have dragon control.
Should be able to get dragon control early.
Yeah.
Though Singed not known for his dragon control, so we're gonna have to see what they can do to make that work.
I mean, he's not against a jungler that is particularly amazing at stealing. So they can do it with numbers. And once Jarvan goes in, there's not too much in the way of getting out.
This is me in chat trying to backseat cast. Mentioning that Singed could build a tier. Pretty cheap item, gives him some decent HP off his passive.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I remember they changed about the way tier procs, and it made it a much less common item on Singed. And I would be kind of surprised to see that as an early item for him in the jungle.
Proxy counter jungle Singed. Oh man, the new tier.
I'd be curious to see if he proxy farms a wave somewhere.
That'd be interesting.
Fairly early on as a jungling strategy. So you have your laner be able to like push up and get a lot of damage on the turret. I wonder if any of these laners are particularly vulnerable to proxying. I think Ryze might be.
Yeah,
If they're-
Ryze is not really good at farming under turret early. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some depth of strategy going on here with the Singe pick.
Actually, yeah. I mean, trash canning bottom lane, because Tristana definitely has issues farming under turret early on. Could be really effective. And Janna Tristana is not the most threatening bot lane pairing when it comes to picking off a trash can player.
Yeah, it's a little risky though to proxy on purple side's bottom lane.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're pretty vulnerable to that roam from mid. It depends on if Vilkoz is able to keep the lane shoved, which he should be able to. I think that'd be just a next level strategy and amazing, but I don't know if we'll see it here.
Yeah, I don't particularly think we'll see it here.
One can hope.
Would be pretty fantastic.
Yeah. So, purple team is operating without King Stig, who's their first round pick, and they recently picked up Paracox. So for them to compete well in this game, I think how he communicates and how well he synergizes with his support and with the rest of the team is going to be important. And they're against a pretty strong bottom lane. Chris Hansen, I know he loves his Draven pick. He's Diamond 80 carry and formidable in almost any of the matchups. So
I believe he was
Yes.
done one last season, but fell off a little bit with the 80 carry nerfs. This season. Not as powerful.
Up. Action in mid lane.
Actually, Branzuzi taking some harass in the mid lane.
Yep. Spencer planting his flag, planting the other little flag, and will be content to know exactly where everyone is. Both teams kind of in the bottom side river, milling about, getting vision down, and
Oh, we have a disconnect from
disconnection.
Manslayer. Likely a pause
Okay.
coming through, yeah.
Yep, there's a pause.
Been talking with Manslayer. Seems to be having some internet problems lately. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. He'll be back into the game. Give us more time to talk about maybe the laning phase here. We got Ryze versus Shyvana in the top lane. Haven't seen this lane matchup in quite a while. You give the slight lead to Ryze in the early game, and then once Shyvana can power up though, gonna be hard for Ryze to keep Shyvana off of him.
Ryze wins pre-6, Shyvana wins at 6 and thereafter. Until late game carry status Ryze emerges.
When Ryze gets to 3 items and his tier's fully stacked and his rod's fully stacked and he's got that frozen heart, that's when he's gonna start probably taking control of that 1v1.
Well, he's gonna start level 1 and continue level 2 and level 3. But because the bad thing about trading with Shyvana is against a ranged champion is you'll take a lot of damage on the back end. Like you'll get in, get your damage, and walk away, and Ryze will continue to throw spells at you.
Yeah, Ryze is scary champion.
Yeah, he's vulnerable to ganks, and he's really good to gank 4, so I'd expect to see a lot of the jungler attention to be in that top lane. Shyvana is pretty safe overall, so not a bad champion there. Like the Rune Prism and a little bit of burst damage that Ryze can contribute early probably will not lead to kills against Shyvana.
Let me just see how mid lane goes as well, though. I'm not familiar with this matchup. Vel'Koz not a very common mid lane pick in general. Jace picking up some steam lately as a mid laner.
Yeah, he had a large showing at Worlds. Actually got banned a couple times in the finals.
Yeah, Pawn really showing his stuff on that champion. Probably the best Jace in the world.
Well, we'll see if Oddleif Reither can give him a run for his money. My money is still on Pawn, but he's a good Jace.
Oddleif is a Jace main, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Good shield there from Emil Heskey. Their team has adjusted to what I consider to be a more natural lineup. Emil, he's a good mid laner. He does just fine, but I think the overall stronger player is gotta be Oddleaf. Yeah.
Definitely.
Hansen on Draven taking advantage of the level 2 time window.
Looking to try to get some damage onto Paracox and Emil Heskey, but not finding room between them and the tower.
Singed looks like he's leaning in on this mid lane. He's probably gonna get a summoner spell.
Oh, flips Oddleaf. Oddleaf trying to run for his life. Breaking that does pop the ghost, but not gonna be able to get anything going. Oh, Spencer though taking a lot of damage from the poison trail. Gonna have to back off.
A fairly effective 2v2 there for blue team. They had a with the ghost.
Oh, Branzuzi getting jumped in on the exhaust and flash. Burnt first blood for Oddleaf either.
Yep.
Really taking advantage of a misstep there by Branzuzi.
It's a really easy thing to do. You're still really early on. You're still looking at half hit points, underestimating Jace's burst potential.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were weakened after that conflict in mid, and I think kind of in the transition back to normalcy. There's a little window there for Jace.
A little risky business there from Branzuzi. Don't think he'll make that same mistake twice though. Picks up another Doran's ring on his first back.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Blue team's bottom lane, pushing aggressively to the turrets, is costing Paracox or Parasox, whatever you want to call it, quite a bit of farm.
Paracox getting drained.
This could be a kill right here.
Going really low. Gonna have to back off.
Let's respect Draven.
Paracox,
if that was almost any other AD carry.
A lot of harass, but the shield negates an entire axe toss. But an exhaust goes down from.
Blue team has to back here.
Yeah, they have to back.
They're lucky to have gotten away without a death there. They played that well, but the Janus shields and the very consistent fire from Tristana adding up over time, that was going to be a loss for them if it continued. So yeah, both junglers near top lane, as predicted. Oh.
Junglers coming up top, but so is Breaking Bad. Answer gonna try to bait this out.
Yeah, Singed may not have the strongest ganks, but he has really excellent counter ganks. And once you've used your mobility skill to go in, there's not too much to be done.
And so Breaking Bad picked up the Quill Coat. That'll help him in the jungle, as well as help him build into a tank item.
It's not the item I was expecting, but all good. I'm not intimately familiar with how Singed jungle works.
Nor am I. Definitely something new to me. I do remember people trying it out back when Switch was really strong back in Season 2. But not so much lately. So a
lot of damage coming down there.
From Branzuzi, but...
We'll trade back and forth, yeah.
Trade back and forth right there.
He needs to be a little quicker or walking away after he trades. Jace has better sustained trades being an AD champion.
Picked up that tier, double longsword, building towards that brutalizer. Kind of a bit in a power trough here right now with just the tier finished up. So Branzuzi is definitely still in this lane. As I'll leave to spend 700 gold into just mana. Breaking Bad going in onto Oddleaf. Gonna poison him up, flip him over. But these Spencer's here for the counter gank. Let's see what happens. The laser comes out, and it's gonna pick up a kill for Branzuzi. Chris Hansen gets exhausted in the bottom, and he's gonna have to back off. Breaking Bad looking to flip Z Spencer, not gonna get in range. Before getting in range.
I think that actually was for the best. I'm not... Oh.
Oh, Z Spencer taking a lot of damage, going extremely low. The Ignite is ticking. Will take him down.
Yep. Hook's damage is just silly at this point.
Manslayer going in onto full metal armor. Burns his Bilgewater Cutlass in the process.
Yeah. That's an important cooldown. Rise right now has to respect the Shyvana ulti. If he gets hit by it, I think he loses. He has no flash as well. I think his game plan really should be to blow his ulti the next
Chris
time
Hansen's
there's a
taking
big
a lot
wave.
of damage in turn from Paracox. He's gonna get jumped in on, burns the heal, Paracox gets feared. Chris Hansen turning back with the spinning axes. Zigdragon is draining Paracox for so much of his life. Paracox
It's only
gonna
level
have
1
to back
train,
off.
fortunately. And they need to be careful. If he gets feared again, it's bad stuff.
Fear is up. There's another drain. Well, it's not gonna be enough. It's not doing that much damage.
Dark wind.
There. Oh, the heal was popped to save his life. Not sure if he would have lived from that dark wind. Close. So decided to pop the heal.
I think he just had huge confidence in Janna right there, and he didn't die. But I think it's riskier than I would have done it. Jeez, he's got a huge pair on him. But I think you need to have a huge pair if you're gonna properly play Tristana.
Oh, is it
nice job there from Emily Heskey, desyncing their back times.
Zigzag happened to take a lot of damage. Gonna have to back up. Chris Hansen is gonna be all the way to the next inhibitor turret before Zigzag even recalls. He's not even gonna recall at this point. So denies the recall. Manslayer trying to steal away the red buff, but Z Spencer and company gonna collapse on it.
Yeah, what that does right there.
Oh, they really want this invade. Breaking Bad's here, and Branzusi's coming in on the ramp. They're going in on it. They're going to pop the ultimates. Red buff goes over to Breaking Bad. He's going extremely low. Manslayer is going to dive in. Branzusi with the laser going to pick up a kill. 1-for-1 trade. Now a 2-for-1 trade as Branzusi goes down. Manslayer trying to run for his life. Flashes away. Going to go down to Oddly for either 3-for-1. A little overzealous invade there by the Frozen Freljord.
Yeah, that was a ridiculously aggressive sequence in the jungle right there. A 6-man conflict at 9 minutes and 45 seconds, or 9.5 minutes. Really early for that kind of thing.
Chris Hansen going in onto Paracox, doing a lot of damage. Emil Heskey has to burn the ultimate. Zigzag gonna pop the fear on him. Chris Hansen gonna try to get pot shots on him, trying to get the kill. Not gonna happen.
Good play there from Emil Heskey to keep his AD carry alive. Like, that was precarious. Oh.
Got a little too close to Zigzag.
Yeah. At this, yeah, the best you can do here is just to sit back and try and soak experience.
This is possibly diveable.
It is diveable. It's definitely diveable.
Oh, there's the ultimate from Zigzag. He's going to get in. There's the fear. Emil Heskey taking a lot of damage. The exhaust goes out onto Fiddlesticks. So choose 2 summoners for 1 ultimate. Good trade.
Did Fiddlesticks ulti there? Nope.
Yes, he did.
I mean, sorry, not ulti, flash.
No, he did.
Pardon me.
He might have actually flashed. He was flashed recently, but I don't think he flashed exactly right there.
Yeah. Oddleaf coming down. He has a pink ward in this bush, so he's got a reasonable idea that he wasn't spotted. Good vision control from purple team in the bottom half of the map. You're gonna... I mean, that's what they need if they're going to contest the Dragon Roll. They're already down at teleport. If Ryze can get Shyvana to teleport, it would be it would negate that advantage, and with the vision control, then they could take a dragon. I think right now all that's holding them back is the teleport.
Oddly Fry, they're getting potentially initiated on, but they're going to go under Branzusi, and they're going to take him down before Breaking Back can even do anything, and there's the Cataclysm. See, Spencer gets flipped into the turret, but only takes 1 turret shot. Breaking Back taking a lot of damage back, is able to get past the Shock Blast. Likely would have gone down to that.
Whew.
Cutting it close.
Yep. Okay, I stand corrected. I can see some of the synergy between Jace and Jarvan. What I was missing out on is that they're both among the burstiest champions in the game in early levels. And that allows them to, in a 2v2 situation, just zero out Vel'Koz. And they didn't even need Jarvan's ulti to do so. So they almost picked up a really nice double, and instead got 1 and change. I don't know how the combo will work later on, but right now it's working, and that's 9/10 of the battle.
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, Chris Hansen feeling large.
Always trying to go in is Chris Hansen. Picked up a Vamp Scepter. Kind of a signature of Chris Hansen. Always likes to get that Vamp Scepter. Gonna go in onto Milhesky. Milhesky going extremely low, has to pop the ultimate to stay alive.
Does
Again,
Draven have ulti? Draven has ulti. He needs to watch that. Because I would not be shocked if that was a integral part of what's about to happen.
Another gank coming his way. He's gonna have to get away. Does get away with the transition. Zigzag ultimate's under the turret. He's going extremely low. I'm not sure what that was there by Zigzag.
That was
kind of suiciding under the turret.
Kill thirst is what that was. They were looking to get in on Janna really hard and try and pick up another kill for Draven. But it backfired pretty hard.
Branzusi, even with the 3 deaths, able to keep up in CS with Oddly Fried there. Only almost even in CS.
Vel'Koz is one of the stronger CSing champions in the game because of his line nuke. Dropped 2 of them. That's a wave gone. 100% CSing. Yeah. Draven has no mana, so if they can get him to drop his axes, he'll become much less effective in a fight.
And absolutely out of mana. No way you can really afford to start spitting axes right now. Likely gonna have to back soon. Pick up some more mana.
Yep. So let's take a look at the status of our lanes. Bot lane, we have Tristana with 85 farm, 1 kill, no deaths, no assists. Draven with an Edge and farm at 94, but does not have that kill. The supports, Fiddlesticks is 0 and 1 with 12 CS. Janna is 0, 0 and 1 with 6 CS. So Edge there to Janna, doing great job so far. She's actually saved Tristana.
Breaking Bad is coming in onto Full Metal Armor. Full Metal Armor taking a big chunk out of Breaking Bad. Gonna take him down, but Manslayer will get the kill in top lane, so...
Yep.
A kill
Double
for
buffs
kill
onto
and assist.
Manslayer. Double buffs onto Manslayer.
That's a big deal.
So yeah, continuing the lane update. Mid lane. We have Vel'Koz versus Jace. Vel'Koz at 3-3 and 0, picking up a Morella Nomicon. 112 farm.
Burns immediately burns the flash on Burns as he continue.
He had to do that. That was necessary. Against Jace with the same number of kills, a little extra farm, fewer deaths and assists. So right now Jace is winning. Probably by a couple hundred gold. Another Fiddle ulti.
Not gonna get anything.
Yeah. A little premature. You generally want to save that for when your opponent is pushing against you. However, most of the time we've been looking at bot lane, it's been over here at purple team's turret.
So the place Chris Hansen likes to be. Oddly farther going in a Branzusi. Exhaust goes down. The laser gets juked. Oddleaf is on a killing spree. Breaking Bad trying to make something happen. Manslayer is collapsing with the in which he's got the red buff. He's gonna slow down Z Spencer's flash is burnt. Kill goes over to Breaking Bad as Oddleaf escapes to his turret. Zigzag.
For one.
Oh, they're gonna dive bot the turret, but Chris Hansen is taking so much damage. Zigzag also taking a lot of damage. One more auto attack double kill for Chris Hansen. Will he escape? Yes, he will. So a 2-for-1. But more importantly, getting 2 kills onto the AD carry.
That was really well executed because they managed to get Fiddle tanking while draining uninterrupted. If Tristana had ultied onto Fiddlesticks earlier, that would have forced them away and probably won that engagement for them. But Fiddlesticks was able to tank the turret for a million years and just drain it out. And it allowed Draven to pick up that nice double kill.
Very well played by the bottom lane. Infinity Edge completed. Probably a big reason why they were able to get that double kill.
Yeah. Shyvana has the teleport up, but Singed is not really in a position for Dragon. Once he backs, they may look at it, but right now it's...
Manslayer thinking about backing, chooses not to. I'm gonna stick in this lane for at least another wave. Has that blade at the rune kicks, a lot of damage coming out right now. But Full Metal Armor dealing a lot of damage in return to Manslayer.
Yeah, Manslayer does not have magic resist right now. He elected for that first item, Blade of the Ruin King. So,
Doesn't choose to pick up any MR again. Picks up a giant spell.
this is
Oh, Chris Hansen gets ulted back, and he's gonna go down. But he picks up a kill in return. Good awareness there to pick up the kill.
teleport used.
Manslayer wants something. He's gonna go into his Spencer. He's gonna use the Blade of the Ruin King. Gets knocked up. Now gonna change direction to Tristana. Tristana has jumped, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna ult back Fiddlesticks and pick up the kill. Manslayer working on Paracox. Not gonna be able to pick up the kill on Paracox. Flashes for it. Not gonna die the turret for Z-Spencer. Gonna back off.
Good play there from Manslayer. Being persistent, knowing exactly how much of that ridiculous damage he could put out. Uh-oh. Spencer could be in trouble if he goes for this ranged minion.
Yes, he is. He goes down before he can even flag toss and Dragon Strike away.
So what you do in that situation, you put your flag in that bush.
Yes.
Jarvan has to know that that's the right play there. If you're worried about getting camped, and you could see his hesitation. He's well aware that Manslayer is that kind of patient, aggressive player, and that bush gank was a definite possibility. So he was very leery about going for that farm, but in the end he went for it. But if you're considering that possibility, take the safer route. Get the vision from a distance if you can. Because that death of Jarvan right there does mean dragon.
And Chris Hansen going for it. Doing a lot of damage to it. Breaking Bad and Brandzisi collapsing in on it. Rise running down from base is going to be a 4v4 if they fight. Manslayer does not have teleport as he used it earlier, but Dragon is cleanly picked up.
Yep. So far the Singe jungle has been decently effective. Obviously his farm numbers are not what you usually see on Singed, and he doesn't have a completed Rod of Ages, but he did go for it. And he's had decent kill participation, and in the late game it'll be nice having that other AP tank on your team.
Yeah, we'll be
You have two of them.
Yeah, they have two.
Actually, no, only one of them. Other AP tank is Rise on the other team. Uh-oh.
Zigzag with the ultimate. He's coming in. Down goes Brandzisi. Zigzag dealing as much damage as possible. Gets ultimated out. Not sure if that's what Emil Heskey wanted to do there.
I think Emil was just worried about keeping his guys alive. If they're alive, they can push this turret. They have 5. Yeah, you do save
Chris Hansen
Fiddlesticks
combo
there.
away on this inner turret. But they're going to pick up an inner turret. Middle inner turret. Ultimate for Draven, not going to be able to clear the wave. And they're considering going for this inhibitor turret.
I think they should. They have basically 2 AD carries. Manslayer thinks they shouldn't. And his opinion does matter.
And they're going to respect it. They're going to have to flash away from this. Breaking Bad trying to go in, but Acceleration Gate going to get them away.
Someone needs to deal with Draven.
Yeah, and they're chasing. Draven doing a lot of damage to this inhibitor.
He may get that turret. If he dies for that turret, it's very worth it for him.
They're running to him. Yeah, he's gonna get this if they don't get yeah, they're not gonna get there in time. Chris Hansen. Oh no, he's going for a creeps now. It's not where he wants to be. One more auto attack. He got the inhibitor turret. He's trying to get a kill on the Paracox, but he goes down.
That was very worthwhile. That bot lane inhibitor and the inhibitor turret is the most important objective to winning the game. If you can acquire them early, you have complete control of Baron for the mid game. And the supers early, if you can get them, are extremely hard to deal with for most champions. Like it's
not easy. Yeah, it's not hard, not easy for them to deal with it without significant AP or AD.
Like you have to basically invest either Ryze or Tristana if that becomes a super at this point.
And that gives them full control over Baron if that bottom inhibitor goes down.
Because Ryze has no teleport. So
they are in a very dominating position right now, are the Frozen Freljord after picking up that inhibitor turret.
Yep.
But
they're down in... Actually, no, they're up in gold, but it's actually quite close. They lost the fight. They lost the fight there, but I think it was 2 turrets for 1. So I think overall the gold may have been in their favor, actually.
Yeah, and indeed, but that inhibitor turret gives a lot of gold. I believe it's
Yeah.
175 each, or is it 200? It's one of the two, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a good chunk of
Right.
change.
Right now, if I'm purple team, I'm looking at that low-hanging fruit in bottom lane, that exterior turret, and realizing that I really badly need to keep my mid turret to keep that advantage in map positioning.
It really prevents, that mid turret is really preventing the Frozen Freljord from really getting deep wards down. Oh, and Full Metal Armor is going to root a creep. He's going extremely low. This fight is crazy right now. The laser deals a lot of damage over to Rise. Rise ends up going down. Mancer forcing the Janna ultimate. Monsoon has to get popped. A lot of low health bars on the side of the Demacian Dunk Squad. Signa's now going extremely low. He's going to go down in the face of Oddleaf Ryther. Emil Heskey has to flash the wall of Axe. An Axe does connect with Janna. She's going to go down. Mancer in pursuit of Z Spencer. Double kill for Chris Hansen. Got a crit on one of those axes, but if that's what I believe I just saw there. So a 3-for-1 with Zig2Zag kind of overextending, getting killed, but well played by the Frozen Freljord there.
That was an ill-advised dive into blue team's space. They have too much damage to attempt that. You can't dive into Draven and Vel'Koz. Like the laser there locked up several members of their team all at
Armor
once.
taking a lot of damage. He's gonna bound to go down. Chris Hansen though is taking turret. He's gonna go down. They gotta run now as the Frozen Freljord have to run.
Yeah, if any other member of the team had been the one tanking it, that would have been an amazing play and probably a mid turret. But the loss of Draven there means your push is done.
Singe trying to steal away the blue buff, but he does it quite slow, and Oddleaf Ryther has vision of this. Gonna flip it over the wall, and they're gonna try to finish it over the wall, but Oddleaf will pick up a kill onto Breaking Bad.
And the blue buff.
And gets the blue buff.
His Jace has been quite strong.
1 and 3.
He's got the highest farm. He's 6-1 and 3, and he's got his core items and and then some. The BF sword is at outer core.
It'll be interesting to see if he builds that BF sword into an Essence Reaver or a Bloodthirster. It's usually what you'll see from Jace's. One of the two.
I would not be shocked if it was either an IE or an Essence Reaver. I'm not as fond of the Bloodthirster on Jace anymore. But the his W, I don't know what his skill build is on this, but oh wow, that
Branzusi is recalling right now. He's not going to be here for this Dragon contest, and all members of the Dog Squad are prepared to go in onto this Dragon. Chris Hansen, why is Chris Hansen at the wall? He goes down. Not sure why Chris Hansen was standing that close to the Dragon Pit. He goes down. Manslayer jumps over the wall, so does Zig2Zag. They're going to pick up one kill onto Janna. Janna trying to pick up a kill onto Z Spencer. Manslayer gonna go down. I'm not sure why they went in on this team. They're giving the Dragon back out, but no, they're gonna get near aced with Vel'Koz nowhere near. And the laser goes down. Paracox flashes away. He's gonna live, and Branzusi goes down. That's an ace in a Dragon. Big turning point for the Demacian Dunk Squad. Ill-advised Dragon dive and just poor positioning beforehand.
Paracox Tristana has been on point this game. He went into a hard lane and came out of it functional, and he's done what's needed to be done in this mid game, which is kind of his rough period. He's going to have his static shiv soon, and looking toward that Last Whisper or possibly even another BF sword item.
We'll have to see.
And he's going to be quite strong. There's the shiv.
Looks like he just picked up picks up a Vamp Scepter and a Longsword. So it looks like he's looking for Blade of the Ruin Keg next.
Yeah, he at least needed to pick up the Vamp Scepter. I didn't realize he hadn't had one yet.
Chris Hansen though, 2,000 gold ahead of him still.
Draven does that.
Draven does that when he gets kills. Zig2Zag going extremely low. He's gonna go down. Way too squishy to be out alone like that. Caught out of position again.
Yeah. He has to cut down on those deaths. It's costing his team.
Manslayer getting caught out by the Rise.
He's gonna have to blow his ulti.
He doesn't have ulti up though. He's gonna have to run away with Burnout ticking. Ignite ticking. He's gonna live. Branzusi gonna maybe get caught out. Chris Hansen trying to get a kill on Milheski. Not gonna be able to. Has to run away. Paracox jumping in on him. He slowed down. The laser from Branzusi saves him, but he turns and fights Chris Hansen.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go. And that's going to be an inhibitor turret down.
Oh, wow. Fiddle ulti canceled by Janet Tornado.
Big
Great
play there.
Yeah, Emil Hiskey recognizing that. That's going to get them the inhib.
That's the inhib.
For those people that complain that supports can't carry, that's an inhib from a support play right there, guys.
Breaking Bad trying to get the inhibitor as a response, but he does no damage.
He doesn't have damage. Tristana and Co are going to be back. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're trying to stop backs, but they don't know where the other two are.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad not
and
going to
unfortunately, those are the two that they really needed to stop backing. Stopping Jarvan and Janna would be cool, but...
Breaking Bad is really tanky, but he just doesn't have enough time. He's going to go down.
Yeah.
The sloppy play of the Frozen Freljord is costing them this game.
They may be able to get a Baron off of this, though. Yeah, no vision from Red Team. That was the correct call. I think Red Team realizes it, but I don't know if they'll get there in time.
This Baron still has a lot of health.
If they get caught in the they had to break off. If they get caught in the Dragon Pit against Ryze, that's not going to be a good fight for them.
No smite either.
Their team is much better at defending Baron than it is at taking it with Fiddlesticks.
Indeed, with the magic healing debuff.
Yeah.
Magic resist for debuff that Baron could provide. Zig2Zag can really make an impact.
Yeah. I feel like that was the right call, but Red Team, even without vision, had the map awareness to go for it, and now they have it all lit up like a Christmas tree. But that was a good reaction from Red Team to realize that there was a real Baron threat there, and that they had to react to it. And they've been winning fights when they show up, and the other team is doing Baron, the other team has to leave. There's no issue of do they fight us or not, they have to.
They just had trying to clear vision, not gonna have enough auto attacks to clear out the last ward. One hit left on it.
Yeah. Emil Heskey's not using the buddy system out there all alone.
A lot of buddies for Zig2Zag now.
Yeah.
Kinda got caught out.
It looks like they're starting it.
Not sure why. Manslayer does have teleport though. They're doing it in clear vision. Tristana's in mid lane as is Jace. They're gonna have to back off.
Have to back off. So part of the issue that they're facing here, like they're very fortunate that Manslayer took teleport. The mid inhib means this Baron dance is extremely rough for them. Oh my gosh!
Here comes
monster.
Oh, the ultimate from Fiddle's dealing so much damage to the backline champions. 4 members go down. Perfect team fight there for the Frozen Freljord, and now they have a lead. Manslayer pops the Blade of the Ruin King just on top of Paracox. Gonna pick up the ace.
He needed to use that earlier. I have no idea why he didn't.
Yeah, not use the shot. They're gonna split up here.
Yep, 2 men picking up Baron, 3 going for that.
But they're losing their base. They're gonna lose an Nexus turret for this. Maybe even 2. Minions do respawn. That's double super minions. Luckily, it is a cannon wave. That will help them out. But looking to pick up Baron and the inhibitor.
Yeah,
as they do pick up both.
That was Purple Team not playing around Fiddlesticks well. Fiddlesticks is the kind of champion that he may not have had a huge impact in a bunch of earlier fights, but he's still a huge threat, and you have to be aware that if you're in an area where you don't have extensive vision and you don't have a lot of room to maneuver and spread out, you're setting yourself up to getting surprised and just wiped out. And Fiddlesticks took full advantage of that, and Blue Team knew exactly what to do in that fight.
They will pick up a dragon though as a response. Still down only 3,000 gold. They got a Nexus turret too. That's a big game.
Yep, their inhib is back up. They have Baron. They've got bottom lane inhib.
Which will slowly start making that lane push in. Already a giant wave down their bottom. Let's check it out right now. There's a big wave pushing up this bottom lane.
Yeah.
Paracox gonna head down to deal with it.
What's interesting here is what Purple Team is going to be able to do in these next few minutes. Blue Team has all the cards right now. They're down in kills, but up in gold, which is actually what matters. They have Baron. They have a inhib down. All their inhibs are up. On the lane where they have an inhib, they have a full set of turrets, so there's no sort of possibility of deeply pushing back. Like the bottom half of the map is theirs, just because of the objectives.
And they're likely going to try to transition for a top turret here.
Mm-hmm.
Spotted out by some wards, though.
Yeah. If purple team has vision of Fiddlesticks and can stop his ulti, they can still fight this. They've done really well so far, but if the Fiddlesticks is allowed to be a problem,
it will be a major problem.
Yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
They have a big wave up here top. They might be able to siege on this turret. Draven is quite big, quite large. Got a Infinity Edge Bloodthirster and a Blast Whisper.
A lot of damage coming down onto Fiddlesticks.
That turret's going melting right now. It's extremely low. Jarvan goes and he goes down extremely quickly. The laser's hitting Paracox. He's going extremely low. Emil Heskey goes extremely low. Jace goes down. Draven picking up that kill. Full Metal Armor running for his life with the ulti going. Brandsuzi trying to get some damage on. They're going to switch their attention back to this top turret. Chris Hansen has plenty of damage at Manslayer tanking up to take it down.
Over-aggressive play from Jarvan there, and you could tell the rest of the team wasn't on board with it. I mean, that's all there was to it.
Chris Hansen is starting to push up this
Chris
wave
Hansen
in the way,
has...
Full Metal Armor getting absolutely caught out and absolutely destroyed. Chris
Overestimating his tankiness. There's a lot of damage on that blue team
Yes, they're going to ult for the extra armor and MR from the doubled Shyvana passive. Picks up the third inhibitor, so they've got all the inhibitors down. They have some low health bars though, so probably going to head back, maybe pick up their last items, and then try to finish off this game with a final push.
I think anytime Manslayer uses his ultimate, he needs to say, "I summon you, Blue Eyes White Dragon."
Oh man. That's what I never thought of it though. It looks kind of like that.
Yeah, I just thought of that too. It's like, when he's sitting there roaring, I was like, what does this remind me of? And
It reminds me of the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park, but it sounds exactly like that.
So, right now, I'm going to say this game is basically over.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Barring a huge mistake, like a carry split pushing here is not okay. I think there's nothing that blue team can really do that will unseat them from this dominant position. Like, their last couple fights have been beautifully fought. Their objective control has steadily improved.
Oh, 626 thinking here. He's gonna ult over the wall though. He's gonna go in onto Oddleaf. Oddleaf going really low. Gianna ult not gonna be enough. Emil Heskey goes down to the Draven. Double kill for Chris Hansen. Goes in on. He's gonna go down. Going a little bit too hasty.
That was too much.
Low. Paracox going low. Feldman Armor gonna go down to Manslayer. 3 for 2.
Just needs to heal up. That actually was not a good trade for purple team. Yes, they're gonna get this bottom double turret, but they didn't need to do that.
Yeah, it was a kind of a cocky play by the Frozen Freljord. Fighting 2v3. And they're ignoring the turrets. They can easily take these turrets down and then dive, but now these turrets are down. That's all the turrets in for the Demacian Squad are down. They're focusing this Nexus. It's going down quite quickly, and it's gonna fall. And that's game 1 for the Frozen Freljord.
Game 1. So I think that the most interesting matchup this game was definitely the support matchup. Emil Heskey did a really good job for most of the game, but the huge Fiddlesticks ultis later on kind of carried them to a lot of free objectives and ultimately to the victory.
And Chris Hansen just kind of got in his groove.
He got strong and he knew it.
He got strong and he knew it and he knew what to do with it. And that was a big turning point for the Frozen Freljord as well, I'd say.